trauma bonds. Got close off of battle scars. Equal pain, so we think it's equal game. Same team, but it's different hearts. Same goals, but it's different shots. Thought we was winning the same. Turns out you were just running me game. Should've known, but I couldn't guess it. It's a damn shame.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Hoop MCs, brought to you by myself, Hassan, and my co-host, Nassim. What's up, my guy?
What's up, Hassan? How are you this week?
Pretty good. Hey, man, you know what? I want to talk not about basketball right now. We'll get into that. But I want to talk about the Texans. I know we're called Hoop MCs, but obviously the news just came this morning. Go ahead and inform our viewers.
Basically, the Texans are breaking down here. Not only did they trade Hopkins last season, but now this season they spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on a search group for a new GM, and they didn't listen to any of the final candidates and went with someone completely random, and that upset Watson, and now he wants out of Houston. I guess it's just like a trend for Houston teams at the moment.
Dude, everybody's saying the person behind this is Jack Easterby, who I think is the vice president of the football operations for the Houston Texans. Yeah. He's a former Patriots guy, and the GM he picked is a Patriots guy. And so they spent money on this search firm, and the final two candidates were, I think his name is Louis Riddick. Yeah. Is that right? Yeah, and Omar Khan. So Louis Riddick, he's I think right now a broadcaster. Yeah. And Omar Khan is part of the Steelers organization. So I mean, like, I don't get the infatuation with the Patriots, dude.
I'm so sick and tired of it. Like, there has been no success of us trying to replicate the Patriots.
If you are not bringing Belichick to the Texans or Tom Brady, you don't need Tom Brady because you have Watson. But if you're not bringing Belichick, stop trying to go after that tree, that Patriots tree.
Yeah, look at the Lions. They got Matt Patricia, and they had like two horrible seasons in a row, and he got fired. Like
Bill O'Brien, Patriots guy. Matt Patricia, Patriots guy. Josh McDaniels. I think Josh McDaniels is a Patriots guy too.
Yeah, he is.
None of them have had success. Bill O'Brien has only had success, minor success relatively. It's because it's a weak ass division, and so you got lucky with Andrew Luck leaving, and then just the Titan.
Yeah, he was like blessed with three amazing talents in J.J. Watt, Hopkins, and Watson, and he ruined it. Man,
all I'm saying is free Watson, dude. He doesn't deserve this poverty franchise that we're running on Kirby. All right, let's get back to Hoop MC stuff, baby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All right, we got off topic. But what's new with the NBA? The COVID stuff is kind of getting out of hand, so that's pretty cool to watch.
I don't know if that's cool, but
it's looking more and more like the NFL, honestly. Well, I mean, it's actually probably a little bit more organized just because they're taking it serious, like in terms of like quarantining and isolation and all that stuff. But we talked. What's up?
I was right about to say, me and you mentioned it, I think, a couple weeks ago, like how it would affect the season, and so far it's doing a pretty good job of that.
Yeah, and honestly, it makes you kind of wonder, like, this could probably have a huge impact towards playoffs, at least for seeding, you know? I mean, we know that with guys missing, like the Sixers, for example, they essentially waited till the last second before they had enough players to play yesterday's game. Yeah. They lost, but the Rockets were a victim of that with the second game, their first game, because the first game, of course, got postponed with Thunder. But it kind of makes things a little bit more interesting in terms of from a competitive standpoint.
Yeah, it definitely is going to affect a lot of seeding games. I mean, we already know like one game difference in the West could literally drop you from third to seventh sometimes, some years. So, I mean, that's going to be huge. And then, I mean, you have the Nets missing KD and I think it was just KD, but he's out for like 10 days, and 76ers are missing literally 90% of their team. So seeding is just going to be all over the place.
Yeah, it's wild, man. And the Celtics with I think Jason Tatum,
Yeah.
they that happened, and then the Mavericks, I think they got 3 guys right now. Like what they're stuck in Denver, I think, quarantining or something like that.
Yeah, this is it's gonna. I think it's just only gonna get worse until, I mean, we hit the springtime. That's whenever like things will eventually kind of calm down a little. But for now, they're kind of just gonna have to keep playing it by ear.
Yeah, yeah. What's it called? As far as with the NBA stuff, LaMelo Ball has been pretty impressive. I think he's probably the standout in terms of the rookie class this year.
Yeah, I know James Wiseman had a couple of good games, but I was always kind of high on LaMelo Ball. I don't know if I said that on the podcast before, but I mean, he looks like kind of like Ben Simmons, but with a shot. Like he's been able to do playmaking stuff, and I mean, he's just playing really well with the Hornets, even though the Hornets.
You were high on him. I think I may have called him a bust, or I predicted a bust on this show. Obviously, that's not the case. I think the way they're handling it, the Hornets, is like I like the way they're handling it in terms of bringing him off the bench, kind of slowly bringing him in. They got a good squad around him, like Terry Rozier. You got Gordon Hayward, so he's not like tasked with doing everything in his rookie year.
I think that's something a lot of rookies fall prone to or victim to is if they're going to a trash organization. But even though the Hornets have a lot of playmakers now, but they're kind of like forced to be the guy off rip. They're not ready for that at all. So it's a good spot for him right now.
Yeah, I honestly haven't checked the standings in a minute. I know that the Sixers are probably still ahead. In terms of in the Eastern Conference, I got it pulled up right here. Actually, Philly and Boston are tied. Indiana is looking pretty good, man. Like Sabonis is the real deal.
Yeah, man, you were spot on with putting him in your rankings.
Yeah, and he honestly went higher, like, after these past couple games that I saw him. The Magic are going to fall off. It sucks what happened with Fultz. Like, I feel like that guy can't catch a break.
Yeah, he's been playing really well, too, and it's just very unfortunate for him.
And he just got a contract, but we'll see. The Knicks probably are the biggest surprise so far this season.
I don't know. I don't even know how Julius Randle's doing it, but I mean, this guy averages 62 spin moves a game.
He's balling out, man. Julius Randle is balling out. Nobody would have predicted that.
I'm very surprised, honestly, because again, like this guy only knows how to spin whenever he gets the ball, so it shouldn't be that hard to stop him.
What's RJ Barrett? I don't know how he's doing in terms of this season. Like, let me see if I look him up right now. He's averaging 17 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 assists, but he's shooting like dog water right now. So he's obviously struggling, but
it's kind of like a Westbrook stat line. Putting up numbers but not shooting well. Speaking of Westbrook, I was going to talk about the Wizards. So
dude,
Bradley Beal, man.
I feel I feel bad for that guy.
Like,
no, what's it called? I gotta be honest. I thought the Wizards would come in hot starting the season. Like, I thought they would be like a 5 seed by the end of the season, but they're trash.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna get the Westbrook with like a vengeance, like, you know how every ex-Rockets player does and just goes crazy, but we are not seeing that right now. Bradley Beal, I just feel so bad for him, man.
They're legit the worst team right now in the league.
Yeah,
they're 2-8.
I didn't think we won that trade by a lot whenever it happened, but I mean, John Wall's looking great for us, and I mean, Westbrook is not really elevating the Wizards at all, and we got a pick out of it.
Yeah, dude, I'm still scared of John Wall. Like, I feel like he just goes hard during his drive to the basket.
Yeah, and
just like with what happened with Markelle Fultz, like, God forbid that happens to John Wall or any other NBA player, but like, that guy doesn't have like a motor. He's very similar to Westbrook. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of he just goes in hard.
And he's not as durable as Westbrook, I would say either.
Yeah, so. That's true. But he is a better shooter. He's having a better season.
Yeah.
So far the Rockets won that trade for sure.
Yeah. And James Harden's starting to say "we" in terms of talking about the team. He's talking about chemistry and all that. So maybe it's a good sign.
I don't know what to make of it, man. I feel like I can't really like fully buy into the fact that he's like committed this season.
Yeah.
I think he's probably just like nonchalant about it. He's like, okay, well, whatever. I got 2 years left. He's just gonna ride it out this season, and then who knows if he starts acting up next season. If we don't do anything in the playoffs, he'll probably start acting up again in the off season. But
yeah, it's probably just my brain eating amoeba talking, like me getting my hopes up.
Out in the West, the Lakers and the Suns are both tied at 7-3.
Yeah.
Right now, I feel like you got maybe 2 teams in the West right now that I feel like are not they're like not in the playoffs right now, like the Rockets and the Nuggets. I think that's going to change as the season plays out. The Spurs are right now number 8. I think that's going to change.
Yeah.
And the Warriors are number 7. So I think Warriors and Spurs will probably end up not making the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely see Rockets and Nuggets taking over those spots. And then for the Warriors, I mean, maybe they'll be more competitive. I don't know if you saw that stat, but Kelly Oubre literally takes the team's three-point shooting from 4th in the league to like 23rd. Like if you just completely subtract his 3 points, they would be 4th in the league.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of memes on Twitter, like from Warriors fans talking about like in the preseason, Oubre was balling out. They're like, "Oh my God, Oubre's gonna take this team far," and then the after pick is like, "I love this team minus Oubre."
Dude, I didn't know like he would impact that team so bad in a negative way, or so much in a negative way.
He's the Eric Gordon of the Warriors, unfortunately.
Man, every time Eric Gordon's name is mentioned, rage just fills my body, dude.
There's always an Eric Gordon on somebody's team, unfortunately.
Eric Gordon's actually playing well this season, but he still just makes me so mad, man.
The thing that I don't understand is he's struggling from 3, and this guy like 2 or 3 years ago won the 3-point contest. Like, how do you regress that badly?
I don't know, honestly.
He shoots it from like 7 feet behind the 3-point line. I don't know why.
And sometimes it's still always strong. Like he's like,
yeah.
This guy needs to start pulling up from half court, apparently.
I wonder if it doesn't really necessarily make a difference for him in terms of like distance. I don't think it does for NBA players, really.
No, they just walk in and be like, fuck it, they look like AB,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah. AB balled out yesterday, by the way. But, yeah. Anyways, what else is new? I think we got a couple of NBA games tonight that are interesting. Rockets, Lakers.
Yeah.
That's going to be a good one. Do you know if...
I was about to ask, are both teams at full strength?
AD... I think he has like kind of like a groin injury. Yeah. So I'm not. He tried getting loose on it, I think, the prior game. So he could be like questionable. So
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they sit him. Like I mentioned before, LeBron and AD are just gonna get a bunch of rest games. So I mean, their seeding, they probably won't finish number 1 just strictly for that fact.
Well, who do you think will? The Clippers?
Probably, like in the long term, if we see LeBron and AD start sitting out more games and the Clippers don't rest their stars, then yeah, Clippers probably.
Yeah.
Unless the Suns just keep going, but I doubt that.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of the Suns, man. I feel like they're kind of like the Utah Jazz in terms of they look really good in the regular season, but you still got so much inexperience there, like Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton. By the way, this is my first time hearing of Mikal Bridges, but that guy went off.
Wait, who is he? Who is he?
He's on the he's on the Suns. Yeah, I don't know how many years he's been there though, but let me see. He's He has 3 years in the league. Or he's been in the league for 3 years, and he's been all with the Suns, and he's averaging 15 points right now. But I know yesterday he scored like 30-something.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah.
Who they playing?
Yeah. The Pacers, believe it or not.
Donis Sabonis, dude.
Yeah.
He's the only person I think of now.
Yeah, but no, I think the Suns, they're looking really good in the regular season, but I can easily see them getting out in the first round.
Yeah, well, I definitely think your Utah Jazz argument comparison was spot on. Like they look great, but we don't know how they're going to be in the playoffs.
Right. Yeah,
and
but
still a long way to go.
Yeah, there's just so much. I think outside of the Lakers, there's like so much variability in terms of like who can be that 2 seed or who can challenge the Lakers, because the Clippers aren't even that impressive, honestly.
Yeah, we're just saying them because they're probably the most stable team at the moment.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not sure if this happened after our last episode, but they did blow that lead. I think they had a 20-point lead on the Warriors.
Yeah.
And so, that was
it's something they just can't. That just keeps happening to them. I don't understand.
Yep. Yeah, and Curry went off.
Yeah.
And dude, they were down like 20 in the third, and I think they came back in the third, if I'm not mistaken. And then in the fourth quarter, they just kept trading buckets, and then they pulled away at the very end.
They're just the team that, they remind me of the Rockets a couple years ago when they just every single game. I mean, it still happens, but like every single game, you knew the other team was just going to come back, even if we had a significant lead. That's what it feels like right now for them.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see what happens. I'm excited to watch that Lakers and Houston game tonight. I think I would like AD to play, obviously, just to see where they're at, like the Rockets, in terms of being competitive with them. But I would take a win regardless. I don't care.
I want to see kind of like the Wood/Cousins matchup on AD. Because that's going to be important down the line. So might as well see if we could get a taste of it tonight.
Yeah, true. All right, well, go ahead and wrap it up. I'll let you do the work this time.
All right. Thank you guys for watching or listening from Apple and Spotify. Make sure to check us out there if you're watching us on YouTube. This is Nassim, brought to you by Hoop MCs with Hassan. I'm messing up, but you got the deal, guys. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, I'm like, why is this guy getting all hype and stuff?
Yeah, I waited till the end of the episode to use my energy.
Yeah, where was that the whole time?
Yeah, you gotta save it for the end, dude.
Yeah. All right. Appreciate you guys for listening.
All right.
Peace.
Later, guys.
Trauma bonds, got close off of battle scars. Equal pain, so we think it's equal game. Same team, but it's different hearts. Same goals, but it's different shots. Thought we was winning the same. Turns out you was just running me game. Should've known, but I couldn't guess it. It's a damn shame.